You've already done this, except for the calculus part. You got y equals at squared plus bt plus c, and as you know, that's associated with a graph of a quadratic function, right? Okay? Write down the expression for the slope of the fundamental triangle corresponding to the interval t plus delta t. I was going to use h, but that tends to invoke the idea of a horizontal translation, and that's not what we're talking about here. Okay, so what do I mean by that? Well, the interval t to t plus delta t, I'll draw it a little bigger than it should be, but because delta t is generally considered to be a small number. So here's t, and here's t plus delta t, right? So the question is, what are the points in the graph are going to be t something and t plus delta t something a little longer. So okay, if this is t, what's the y coordinate? Give you a hint, y equals at squared plus bt plus c, whatever t is, right? So the coordinates of this point are t and a t squared plus bt plus c, right? And here y equals a t squared plus bt plus c. Didn't leave myself room to write that, and the next one's going to be even worse. Okay? Well, let's modify this a little bit, and let's use f of t to avoid a confusion that's going to arise if we don't, okay? So, point corresponding to t is the point t, f of t, which is going to be t at squared plus bt plus c, and what? Anybody want to speculate on what the symbolic expression for the y coordinate would be at t plus delta t?
T plus delta t, comma, at squared plus bt plus c.
Say it a little louder, it sounded good.
T plus delta t, then comma, and then at squared plus bt plus c. No?
No, because the t coordinate is now t plus delta t, right? Okay? It means, and the reason I wrote this down, this has to be the point f of t plus delta t, right? So, what's that mean? If f of t is this, f of t plus delta t is what?
at squared plus bt
I'm sorry, again?
AT squared plus BT plus C plus delta T.
No. That's not how you use function notation, but it's what everybody wants to do. So thank you, but it's not quite right. What's wrong with it? Can you see what's wrong with it? Anybody? How do you plug T plus delta T into the function? You replace T by T plus delta T, right? Because that's what's happening. Means every T here has to become a T plus delta T.
So it'd be AT.
And this is an idea you really need to lock in because it's going to be in the final, okay? And it's you know, a little,
So every T would just be T plus delta T?
every T
Would be T plus delta?
has been replaced by T plus delta T.
Okay.
So that means it's A times T plus delta T squared plus B times T plus delta T plus C. Okay? That's what it means. So what's the rise?